everyone, and welcome back to another Puzzle Foundry video. In this video we'll be explaining how to build your own crosswords, once again, as there has been some questions with regards to the previous video and some of the options available on the website. So once you're ready, you can go ahead and go to PuzzleFoundry.com. We'll leave a link in the description as per usual, and once you're inside you can go ahead and register. Once you're registered, you'll be able to build puzzles and also solve some of the other puzzles that other people have committed to the website. So once you're here, you can go ahead and click on Build Puzzles, which will take you to the Build Puzzle site. Over here you can see these are all the puzzles that I've created. The only one that I've actually added or the ones that I've published is this one. These are ones that I've still been working on or either been actually using for recording these videos. So as you can see, this is how it will basically look, but we'll go into more detail with this right now. So let's go ahead and click on Create Crossword. Okay, so once you're here, over here at the top we have the tab where you'll be inserting all of the details for your crossword. This is the grid in which you'll be building the crossword, and this is where you'll be adding the answers and clues and where you'll be positioning the words in the crossword grid. At the bottom we have our special functions, where you can basically use this to help you add words to the crossword, and also when you're solving, this option will also be here, so you can also use this to help you solve some of the puzzles. And then we'll be also discussing the place word on puzzle function over at the bottom here. Okay, first things first, you have your save file. So as you can see, if we hover the mouse over the save link over here, it says that the save slot has 1 to 9 and it can overwrite existing puzzles. So I'm going to go ahead and overwrite number 1, which is the previous one I recorded. If you go and put it in number 4, you can see that it won't display anything because I won't be overwriting any of my puzzles because I don't have anything saved in slot 4. But let's go ahead and leave it on 1. The type is the type of puzzle that you are creating. So we have the general one here, we have a cryptic, a culture one, a science, world, and hobbies. Obviously it does not have to be limited to any of these, as you can just add it under general. Because one of the best parts about making crosswords is having a theme for it and working according to that theme. Over here we have the level of difficulty, so it ranges from easy to normal to hard, and you can go I'm going to go ahead and click on easy for this puzzle for now. And then we have our language. The language is the language obviously which your puzzle will be in. So we have Afrikaans, we have German, we have English, we have Spanish, Esperanto, and French. Note also that the language is for the answers that are given inside the crossword itself, but it doesn't mean that the language of the clues need to be the same, because you can use 2 different languages. But always when you put this setting on, when you choose a language, it will always be the answers that are typed into the crossword itself. Then we have the title. You can obviously add anything here, but I'll just be typing in I add title here, or I can just say crossword tutorial. Okay. Over here we have the visibility of your crossword. We have unlisted, we have listed, and we have the promoted option. Note that the promoted option is only there for users who are full members. Listed is when your puzzle can be seen by other users, and unlisted is when your puzzle won't be shown to anyone else but you. And then we have the save button, and you can just go ahead and click on save whenever you're done with your crossword, and it will save it to the slot that you have chosen with all of these details above. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the grid itself. So we can see that the grid is divided into columns and in rows, as is with any crossword. Over here, this is the box you'll be using to edit this one over here. So before we start, let me quickly show you how to remove existing words. As you can see, we have the row and the column, which will be used to set where the word will start. So as you can see, puzzle, it starts in row 0 but in column 2, and then the word P and goes down from there, and it is set to column, which means it will be placed vertically. If it was placed on row, it will be placed horizontally, like the word foundry. So let's go ahead and remove this one, and then you can see after I clicked on the blank space over here, or you can even click display puzzle, it removed the word. Then we have the word foundry, which is placed in row 1 and in column 0. So let's go ahead and remove that one. Here are the clues. Note, by the way, that you have to have a clue. An error will appear when you save that shows that you have not actually put in a clue for the word. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these as well for now. Okay, so let's start by placing words into our puzzle. I'm going to go ahead and use the word stock market. Okay. And then I'm going to go and click on display puzzle. So as you can see, it added the word in row 0 and in column 2. So here we have the word stock market. Let's add another word called, let's use the word bareback. Click on display puzzle. Okay, so I added it in row 1 and in column 0. So we can see that the word does not actually quite line up over here, as bareback, the third letter is A, and for stock market, the second letter is T, and A and T isn't the same. Thus we can see that we have a red block over here with a question mark, saying that there is an error in the crossword itself. So what we want to do is we want to move the word bareback so that it starts over here with the B, so that the E's line up with each other. So that means that it has to start in row 9 and in column 1. So let's go ahead and change that to row 9 and add it to column 1, and we'll keep it in as a row so that it will be displayed horizontally. Click on display puzzle. So now we can see that the word has been moved to over here. What we can actually also do is move the whole puzzle one back, as to conserve some space. So we'll just move this one column backwards over here, and this one also one column backwards, and then we can click on display puzzle. Okay, there we go. Now we have 2 words placed into our puzzle. So let's quickly go to the next option we have. I'm quickly going to explain the place word on puzzle function. So as we can see, we can add answers over here, which will add another row here with the answer that you placed here. The allow unresolved placement tick box over here allows for placements that don't match. So the same with the example with T and the A mixed over here and had a red block with a question mark. That option over there will allow for placements like that to happen, which is obviously not what we want right now, but for more advanced users the setting will become quite useful. So lastly, we have the expand puzzle tick box over here, which will expand and enlarge in the puzzle, the grid box, to accommodate large and new words. We also would like to have that ticked for now, just in case it has to grow the block. But actually what we'll do is we'll just remove back over here and click on display puzzle so that we can see how it actually grows. So let's add the word yearn. and then we can go ahead and click on place, and then it found the optimal spot, which is over here. It did not expand the puzzle for us, although you can see that it already added the word over here now, and where the two R's, the R from urine and the R from bear, is now in line. And as you can see in this one, it added another row, and now you can see that it added the answer with the settings already given in here. So another quick thing I want to show you guys is just the word pattern function. There is more functions, but we will cover that. We'll be covering that in another video that we'll be uploading soon. So let's add a word that matches up in between here. We have a space, and a Y. So what we can do is we can type a star and Y and click on word search, which will give us options of words like that. We have any and AB. I'm not really sure if that word is a word or not, but okay. So obviously that won't work. So let's add another star over there, as to accommodate for another letter that can be placed here. So click on word set. So we have baby, we have easy, hazy, lacy, lady, many, etc. So let's add the word baby over there. So this will be in row 6, starting over here, and then the two B's will be flanking the A's side. So let's add the word baby. It will be in row 6, and we'll start in column 0, and let's click on display puzzle, and we can see that the word is now added there. Let's, for interest's sake, add a larger word here. We'll add carnival. I just want to show you how the expand puzzle actually works. So carnival will most likely be placed over here, as there's no other likely options for it to be placed. So let's go ahead and click on place. And as you can see, it added the word carnival over here. A nice long word, and it expanded the puzzle quite a bit and added more blocks for you to be able to add more words. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the place word on puzzle function. So let's go ahead, and when you feel ready with your puzzle, you can go ahead and click on save. It will tell me right now that I'm overriding one of my existing crosswords, but that's okay. So I'm going to just go ahead and click on OK. Okay, so over here it's telling me that crossword number 1's data has been saved. The word density is very low of 27.3%, as there are too many spaces, approximately 20 spaces too many. And then we have 5 errors. As I said earlier, those errors have to do with the clues that are not inserted here. You can see that they even added the missing clue text over here to let you know that you have to add a clue. So I'll just be typing in random things over here, as I don't feel like I need to be too precise. And there we go. If you click save now, it will remove those errors. As you can see, it added another piece of text here, that the word density requirement varies per crossword type. So for each type, there's going to be a different density requirement. So keep that in mind when you're busy working on your crossword. So let's add more words in order to fill up the crossword a bit. I'll be using the word pattern box again, just for interest's sake. Let's add the word, the letter A there, and then we add a few more stars, and let's see what words it gives us. So it has abalone, abandoned, abashed, adamant. I'm just jumping through some of them. Let's add the word adamant in there and see where it will place it, even though I'm pretty sure I know already. Okay, so adamant has been added over there. Let's go ahead and click on save and see what they tell us about the word density. Okay, so now adamant has used up 7 extra spaces, and said, now we can see it's at 33.3% for the word density, but there are still 13 too many spaces and 1 new error for the clue. Let's just type that in there. So let's add more words. I want to add a word over here, so I'll add a star, a E, and 3 more stars. Okay, so star, E, and 3 more stars, and click on word search. Let's add the word beach. So what you can also do alternatively, you can click on add row, which will add another row in here. So the word beach I will be starting over here, so it is in row 5 and column 4. So let's make this row 5 and make this column 4, and we can go ahead and add the word beach in here and just type anything into the clue once again, and then display puzzle. So now the word beach has been added. Over here is a few more options where we can place some words, so let's go ahead and fill up the crossword with as many words as we can. Let's add 2 stars, an A, a star, a C, and another star, and click on word search. So it gave us a bunch of more words over here. Let's add the word branch, or rather chance. I don't have a lot of these words for starting with A, B, and C I'm seeing, except for stock market and yearn. But let's go ahead and add the word chance. We'll have to be adding it here, but just to actually show you how well designed the place word and puzzle function is, I'm going to actually type it in here and then place word, so you can see it already knew it had to place the word over there. Let's quickly see if we save it now, if we have too many spaces. We have too many spaces, we just need to fill that up. So what we can do, let's actually add an S over here. So you'll see why now. So chances, and then we can add another word in here. We can display puzzle, so then we can, yeah, as I said, we can add a word there. There should actually be 1 too many spaces right now. So we have T space TS, so let's make a T star T star T star S star, and then click word search. So we have the word task, display puzzle, add row, and add the word task, and it will be in row 5, no I'm lying, row 7 column 5. So row 7 and column 5, and type anything there and anything there, and then we can display puzzle, and that should be enough to accommodate for the word density that's too low. And click on save, and as you can see now, a commit option has appeared here. Now this commit option will basically allow you to list your puzzle in the puzzle's website or web page. So once you are happy and you have clicked save and this has appeared, you know that your crossword is finally ready. And if you go back to build puzzles, you can go back and you can see here's the crossword tutorial one that we just did. It gives you the classification for it, its title, the save slot, which is in save slot 1, is level, and then we can see the status here is valid, not like this one which is still underway and not finished yet. And if you click commit, you can add it, as I said, to the puzzles webpage. And finally, we can go back to the edit button over here and then change the crossword in any way that you still feel like you want to. So yeah, that's everything for this video. I hope this clarifies a bit more about how to build your own crossword and how to then commit it to our web page. So we hope to definitely see some more puzzles soon, and thank you so much for watching.